playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. That'll be complete to Breida. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Complete to Breida. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. He'll find Lindsey here.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now it's Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Now, lady, he's crying all the way back home, yo. Bud. He's crying all the way back home.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw, Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Darnold in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Jackson steps away. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
No. Check three. Shit.
They'll try to run with Breida. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And to give this time to the tailback. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, Goodwin. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
Let's go.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. On 1st down, here's Breida. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Hey, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Watch the run. Check nickel.
3rd and 2, here's Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
4th down, here's Jackson. This will be caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Lindsey. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Matt Breida on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. Well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Got to do better.
Darnold now to throw. The catch made by Miller. Pushing it, and he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Anthony Miller with touchdown number 8 on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, Keith. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Check. 56. Check. Twist. Slam.
This is Breida. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. To throw is Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. Dancing to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Quentin Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Now it's Jackson. He wants it all for the end zone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down. Now Jackson on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson throwing again. Forced out to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Quentin Williams, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. There's Jackson on third and long. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Powerful running. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
At the 22-yard line.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Here's Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another blitz coming, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 33. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll toss it to Breida. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays, have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Breida. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Being chased out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jordan Willis. He's the culprit, dropping in for a 2-yard loss. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Here's Jackson to throw, and that will be incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. Jackson, he may try and run for this. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that. They finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, man open. It's Goodwin.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, here we go on 4th. Darnold, he lets it fly for Lockett. And that is incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Switch up.
Now it's Breida. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on fourth down?
57 to Mike. Take me up. Here we go. Mike's 57. Run.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing on fourth down. Rolling to his right. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. With Breida, and running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Jordan Willis. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Jackson. He'll find Lindsey here. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Bills on third down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going in.
He's got him in, complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 55 yards. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield.
What we got? Man, 80. Hatch it. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Here we go. Young lady.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out, you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. Well, the pressure gets to him again.
And twice in a row, the quarterback goes down. This offense needs 2 scores, not giving up 2 sacks.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
We got it, we got it, we got it. Here we go, here we go.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes.